It would be laughable, except it's our team. Makes it not laughable as we welcome you to Nissan in-game live with the Didi, Ray Dittinger. I'm Michael Barkann. Great to see you, Ray. Question, do they have any plays that work? I mean, any of them work? I know they got a 58-yard field goal. Jake Elliott, bravo. That's Jake Elliott. Okay, Ray, do they have any plays that bleeping work?
Doesn't appear that way.
And they're not exciting to watch either.
No,
I'll tell you what.
No, the offense is beyond pathetic. Play calling's terrible. Execution's lousy. Concepts make no sense. I mean, can we please put the wide receiver screen to bed for a while? I mean, I can't watch.
Wait, did you see it? I didn't see
I can't watch it anymore.
I didn't see one, Ray. I saw 8.
I can't watch it anymore. I mean, come on. You line up in that formation, you think the other team doesn't know what's coming? Come on, please. No, the tone was set early. I mean, they get the first big break in the game. Slay comes up with the interception, gives them the ball at the 10-yard line. They throw wide receiver screen that loses 5 yards. They're going in reverse. They wind up settling for a field goal against a Carolina team that, by the way, I should mention that coming into this game was 6 for 6 allowing touchdowns in the red zone.
6 for 6.
Yeah. And the Eagles get the ball off a turnover in the 10-yard line against a defense that hasn't stopped anybody in the red zone all year. They were able to stop the Eagles. To be frank, they're lucky to be this close. They're lucky to be this close. Their offense has been that pathetic. It really has. And, you know, if you look at what Carolina's doing, and Sam Darnold is – he's Sam Darnold, okay?
Yeah.
I mean, he's certainly nothing special. You have every opportunity to win this game, and they're just screwing it up. They're committing stupid penalties in bad situations. And once again, they have completely abdicated the running game. There's no semblance of even attempting to run the ball against a team that got run on for 245 yards last week.
5 rushes. Sanders has 3 for 10 yards. Gainwell has 1 for 4 yards. Hurts has 1 for 0. That's including the quarterback. 5 rushes, 14 yards, 2.8 a carry.
Right. Against a defense that gave up 245 yards on the ground last week. I mean, did the films not get delivered to their offices this week if they saw what happened in that game? I don't know. We talked, we talk about the players' shortfall, but this to me is really about the coaches. I mean, I have no idea why the offensive staff came up with this game plan after what I thought was a pretty decent game plan against Kansas City. They come out, and look, Carolina's defense is pretty good. I mean, they're number 3 in the league for a reason. But you had your opportunities early to jump on top in this game, and you come away with 3 points when you should have come away with 7, and they haven't even threatened since then.
What bothers me is 3 touchdowns called back last week. They have a touchdown called back today. Greg Ward, there's something called a pick, something called a rub. I think a rub maybe might have been acceptable and not been called, but Greg Ward was called for offensive pass interference on a play that allowed Devontae Smith to get a touchdown. It was a thing of beauty, and then that's called back. So with that, it's still the Eagles are down 15-13, not 15-6.
Yeah, but they don't seem to have any semblance of an offense. They don't seem to have any real plan on how they want to move the ball or attack it other than these dinky little passes that clearly Carolina – I mean, they've thrown a blanket over those. And I know that probably a lot of people are upset. I'm sure Nick Sirianni's upset about the offensive pass interference call, but it's an obvious call. I mean, the NFL has for the last 2 years been cracking down on the pick play. And that wasn't even close. I mean, that was clearly – the only way you get away with it is if the undercutting receiver, your rubber – makes it look like he just happens to get in the way. If you have a guy that actually looks at the guy and goes after him and blocks him like it's a running play, it's going to get called every time.
There's an art form to it.
Yeah, I mean, there's a way to do it, and that wasn't the way to do it. And, again, we're going to talk about just mindless penalties. I mean, the Alex Singleton helmet to helmet hit.
Stupid.
On Moore, who has basically given up on the play. I mean, it's an end around that the Eagles have clearly seen coming. He's bottled up. He goes down to the ground. He's given up. And Singleton comes in and hits him while he's on the ground and hits him helmet to helmet. Oh, my Lord. I don't know what these coaches are going to do to try and get these guys to play smarter. But obviously just talking about it isn't getting the message through.
No.
I mean, here you came into this game and the message they've been hammering away at, for 2 weeks now is, we can't keep committing these penalties. We're leading the league in penalties. We're actually on an NFL record pace for penalties. We can't do this. We can't do this. We can't do this. We can't keep killing ourselves. Well, they come out today and right away, they're getting penalties in critical situations that are hurting them. Another touchdown comes off the board. Another defensive personal foul extends a drive that leads to a field goal. If these coaches can't get through to these guys, either on the practice field or in the meeting room or somewhere, then shame on them. I mean, because we're 5 weeks into the season and they're still committing the same stupid mistakes that they were in week 1.
They're 1-3. They're on their way to 1-4 if they don't figure it out real quick. On their way to 1-5. Thursday night, it's the world champion Tampa Bay Buccaneers coming in. But there's a half of football to go before we start talking about that. As I said, it would be laughable if it was somebody else's team, but it's our Philadelphia Eagles that we're covering here. All right, that's going to do it for Nissan In-Game Live. 15-6. The Eagles trail at the half. We remind you when the clock hits 0, we'll be back on NBC Sports Philadelphia. Ray and myself are joined by Barrett Brooks and Seth Joyner, and we will hear from Nick Sirianni. We will hear from Jalen Hurts. We're this close. We're this close. Doesn't look that way to us. We'll take a break, and then we'll see you when the clock hits 0 on NBC Sports Philadelphia.